Eso. Welcome to #PVT Wednesday Night, papá. Asústame one time.
Hi.
Buena musiquita polquita de Lionel Pulido. Baby, you'll never guess the name of this polquita.
What is it called?
La Julie.
La Julie.
La Julie, yeah. Como tu
My nail tech.
ándale en la Nail Tech.
La Julie.
Es Vietnam, ¿verdad? South Vietnam, ¿vale? Por allá.
She's from Vietnam.
Sí. Todos abren un nail place aquí, ¿verdad? Te cuidan las uñas y todo. Grupo Potente. ¿Ustedes le hacen a los pedicures y a los manicures y todo ese jale?
No. I'm a little older, so I have to put some makeup on there.
Yeah.
But that's about as far as I'm gonna go with that.
No
you
tienen,
don't know what you're missing if you haven't had a pedicure.
All right.
Cuando te soban
los pies a toda madre.
cuando
Like
te
you're
soban
walking
las
on clouds.
te soban las patas.
Madre.
¿Las patas o
Bueno,
los
sí,
pies?
patas.
Nomás la gente con dinero puede hacer eso.
Ey, una buena sobadita
It
de
was
los...
a Christmas special, compa.
Y de ahí te ponen las pies en una bolsita con hot wax
Ya
y
sabe,
te agarran los
It's the best.
te agarran los hot stones y te hacen el pie
Oh,
así.
man. I
Chest.
tell you.
And then you get the Undertaker eyes.
Ya sabes.
Oh my God.
Y luego te ofrecen, would you like something to drink? And digo, like, hombre, aquí me voy a quedar, no me vas a correr de aquí, se me vas a comer. Bro.
Yeah.
All they need is those chairs that you guys are sitting on, right?
No,
They have better chairs. They have better chairs.
she
with
wants
massages.
to rent them out. That's what I heard, man.
Yeah.
They're for rent, right?
Cuando quieras, carnal, aquí estamos. Debemos dejar una nail tech que esté aquí para el show, babe, para que les hagan las patas, las uñas y la chingada, todo eso. Por
We
mientras
should.
estamos on the air y la chingada, ¿no?
should.
Mobile nail
Para
tech.
que salgan los Undertaker eyes on screen.
And y'all zoom in on that, man, okay?
Yo, no, hombre, ahí me dicen, bueno, pues my wife, she made me go away.
She made me go.
Sí.
Rock is a victim.
Yeah, and I was like, why would she want me to go? Pues chinga, cuando salimos para pagar, ¿me entiendes? Babe, can you wanna pitch into my nail beautification plan?
No. I always say, do you want to donate to my beautification fund?
Yeah.
Por eso te
for
digo,
your
nomás la
benefit
gente
as well,
con
dile.
dinero, nomás la gente
Me
con
mira
dinero.
cara de GoFundMe, güey.
Oh
So,
my God, that's terrible.
estoy ahí, ¿verdad? Y me hacen los pies y la chingada y todo el pedo. Y me cortan mochan las uñas de los pies y la chingada. Entonces,
Now, for Rock, it's not patas. It's pies.
Yes.
Right? See how he changes it?
There you go.
Pues before I got the pedicure eran patas, güey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Pero después del pedicure, pies, carnal. You know?
After they
It's classy, baby. It's classy.
After they remove the dead skin.
Yeah. Pues yo le digo a la baby doll cuando estamos en la cama y mueve los pies y raspa la sábana, ¿me entiendes?
Oh my God.
Baby, necesitas que ir a ver a la Julie.
Esa es la seña, ¿verdad? Ahí se da cuenta uno.
No, hombre, güey, conmigo sacaron una cheese grater y la chingada, parecía queso y la chingada al pie, carnal. Dale la pinche cheese grater, carnal.
And your feet were okay when you got out of that?
Yeah. Oh, no, hombre, estaba slipping and sliding, papá.
Parecía el sawdust que aventaban al piso con el bote de baile.
Parecía el queso cuando te lo hacen en el Olive Garden, carnal.
Tell me when to stop.
Así parecía el cuero cayendo del pie, carnal.
Hey,
Echavarría queso.
y'all got this started, man. I don't know.
Ustedes saben que es Olive Garden, ¿verdad? Porque
Sí,
pues, es que
claro.
son de Benavides, güey. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Hey, there's no Olive Gardens over there, bro.
No.
Puros tacos. You gotta kill what you eat over there, baby.
Puro venado y la chingada.
That's right. Y chivo, para que sepa. Y marranos.
Y le encanta el chivo. La madre, le encanta el chivo. So anyway, me dice mi ruca, well, why don't you get a manicure too? Dije, chinga, no quiero manicure. Pues me muerdo las pinches uñas.
Yeah, I'm
You
like,
know, I
oh,
fucking
that's such
bite
a
'em, güey,
bad
you know.
habit.
Pero no me la muerdo como los vatos que tienen como half a nail, vato, con chingo de sangre y la chingada. Y no esos vatos que ya
Ew.
se quieren. Have you ever seen those guys?
Deja esconderme las uñas entonces.
Yo nomás, ya con un poquito larguito, yo no les quebro y la rompo y I bring them back down to you know what I mean?
Sí.
Menos un dedo, ¿verdad? El dedo de Está largo este pinche. Esta uña está larga, carnal. Esta
Oh
uña.
my God. That's so gross.
So, antes era esta uña. Antes. Pero de ahí fui para rehab. ¿Me entiendes la uña? Fui para rehab. So ya no necesitaba la uña esta. So ahora es esta uña.
Hombre, vato.
¿Cómo van cambiando las cosas con el tiempo, verdad?
As you get older.
I'm more mature now.
Yeah. So me comenzaron a hacer el manicure y la chingada, ¿entiendes? Y de ahí me dice la señora, la coreana o no, la vietnamesa, me
The
dice,
Vietnamese.
why you have long nails there? And I go, with my other finger, I go, y me hace una cara, güey. Oh my God. Pues qué pregunta necia, carnal.
You just work around it. Just work around it. Yo te estoy pagando. No te
it's like
preocupes por
asking a
eso.
question that's got an answer already. You know the answer, ¿verdad? Porque pues hay veces que hay algo adentro para allá y la chingada y tiene que entrar la uña.
Pues
Tiene
está
la-
muy enterrada,
La
¿verdad?
madre,
No,
carnal.
sí.
Y ahí le fliqueas al televisión para que le pegue le pegue a Rip o a Kevin Costner en el pinche de Yellowstone, carnal.
Get ripped.
You're so gross.
No, man, you're bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grupo Potente is here with us tonight, man. Yeah, man.
And we start off with a big laugh, man.
Oye, pues,
That's what I expect. That's exactly what I expected, man.
así quebramos el hielo.
Ya está todo destruido, güey.
Simón,
Todo destruido.
yeah.
Y lo peor es que no sé nadar, digo.
Yeah. Y todo comenzó con la Julie.
We gotta thank her. We gotta thank her.
Oye, yo tengo todo planeado, carnal.
Eso.
Tengo estructura. ¿Entiendes? Tengo
Eso es
pues,
lo bueno.
pero me recuerdo esta rola.
Oh, boy.
Hoy 30 años, yo creo, ¿no?
Heading on that one.
Ve, pon el video, el primer video. Y yo empiezo la canción otra vez. A ver, vamos a ver. A ver. Este me gusta.
No audio.
No audio, yo tengo la música acá. Órale, a ver, vamos a ver. A ver, mira.
Oh.
Ahí está. Mira nomás, el Anthony en el bajo, Esteban, la polla detrás de los Stevie Ray Vaughan, los vatos. Asústame one time, mira.
3 groin pulls.
Yeah. Míralo.
Wow, míralos.
Mira. El Richard Rosales, carnal.
Ese es
Guacha
el
el
mismo.
mullet de Esteban, carnal, está bruto.
Hijo, como
when he had
quisiera
hair.
tener ese pelo otra vez, bro.
Mira, pero Anthony trae pinche badass hair, vato.
Oh, man, I wish I had that hair again, bro. Don't
Parece,
get me started.
parece el pelo de Bob from La Bamba.
Sí.
Sai Morales, baby.
Chinga, yo no podía tener el perfect partido por el medio, sí, porque tengo un pinche remolino enfrente.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, tengo un remolino en el mero de frente de la pinche allí.
But now you don't have to worry about that,
Pero
right?
Anthony tenía mira.
Ya, dile que
Guacha
haga eso
el
ahorita.
pelo de Anthony,
Yeah.
guacha, carnal. Perfect, carnal. Perfect.
Man, I haven't paid attention to that like that. That's so long. I just look in the mirror every day. Don't look that way, brother.
Yeah, man. Wow, dude. What do you guys think when you see this stuff, bro?
I think 1996.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what I think.
Aquí Rogelio se llamaba. And then they decided to interview Anthony. Put on the interview, babe. Let's check it out, man.
My goodness.
So, a ver,
We don't have to watch that.
Yes, we do.
Guacha la vocecita de Anthony, güey. La vocecita. Guacha.
Potente en el estudio. Buenos días, Anthony. Un placer tenerte por primera vez en esta tu casa del Canal 4 y en el programa de aquí, Rogelio. Bienvenido al Valle.
Gracias. Es un placer estar en el Valle. Vamos a estar buena noche en Harlingen, en Me dicen, es la primera vez que venimos al valle a ver cómo nos acepta la gente. Me dicen que se está escuchando a Linda Morenita por la radio.
Claro que sí, a través de KGBT 1530, ahora también en el 98.5 FM. Tiene una difusión tremenda, la respuesta del público ha sido extraordinaria y además ya es el tercer LP o disco compacto que está en el mercado a través de Freddy Records.
Bueno, ese es el primer CD que se está escuchando por todo el estado de Texas. Es el tercer CD, sí, pero vamos a sacar un nuevo en los últimos de julio o los primeros de agosto, a ver si nos toca una selección como Linda Morenita otra vez.
¿Cómo no? Pues trae muy buena onda y además en las presentaciones, todos estos movimientos que hacen y todo. En el acordeón está tu hermano, ¿verdad? Tu hermano que se llama Esteban.
Esteban Quintanilla.
En el bass, ¿a quién tenemos?
A Richard Rosales de Oklahoma.
De Oklahoma, y con la música tejana, sí señor. En la batería, ¿quién tenemos?
Tenemos a Gianni Rodríguez de Victoria.
De Victoria. Y ustedes dos, Anthony y Esteban, son de Corn City.
Eso. Somos de Corn City, somos hermanos.
Son hermanos, ¿verdad? Corn City. Está a un lado de San Antonio, ¿verdad?
Sí, como 60 millas yendo de 181 para allá, para San Antonio.
Hay mucho elote. Bastante. Pues ¿por qué se llama Corn City, verdad?
¿Cómo? Pues no sé.
Ok, muchos vegetales. Nunca los vi. ¿Has oído? ¿Para dónde va?
You see this? You're reliving, dude. That's a nightmare, man. No sabía, yo no sabía cómo convivir en español en esos años. Nomás me metían y ¿sabes qué? Estos nada que se arrimaban atrás del micrófono. No, hombre, tú haz las entrevistas. Hey, I don't know how to speak English that well either. I mean, they would eat my lunch in Monterrey, bro.
Simón.
And it's rough. Ahora me.
What I want to know is how many years after that did you reach puberty? It's like
I still haven't reached it, bro. What are you talking about? Some people will make the argument I still haven't reached it, bro.
Rock, he's still playing with his Transformers.
That's right. Hey, I don't want to grow up. You ever heard? I'm a Toys R Us kid. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Nosotros no tenemos toys donde quiera, carnal. A todos nosotros se nos cae la mollera, carnal. Don't worry about it, carnal. Asústame one time.
Hey, I'm right there with you. Like, I'm here with Popeye.
I saw that. I said, that's my friend right over there. You see that?
Sí.
And I have a bunch of Transformers. That's what I wear. Transformers, Thundercats. It's kind of our image, what we do. And people say, why y'all dress like teenagers? Well, this is a nostalgic thing, man. I remember when I was, I was in school in the mid '80s, early '90s. This reminds me, and it's something different. And some people like it, some people don't. Well, I like it. That's what matters.
Yeah. Ve, pon el video donde están tocando otra vez, because we didn't get to the very end because no, hombre, se dejan caer.
Audio.
No audio.
Another split.
Se dejan caer literally, carnal. Literally. Pues ahorita no sé si todavía pueden hacer eso, ¿verdad?
Sí lo podemos hacer, pero no nos levantamos.
That's the problem. I ended up having to call the hospital here in McAllen, man.
Me acuerdo con Richard Rosales, ladies and gentlemen, is currently he's been with Jesse Turner for a long time. Mira cómo se levanta Anthony, guacha. Anthony. Ay, güey.
See that? I wish I could do that. I don't have the muscles in here in the middle of my legs to do that anymore, bro. I can still get up, but I gotta push myself up, man.
Dude, when I see this, it's like it takes me right back to when I first started radio back in the day, man, and you guys were barely starting out. I worked for Rogelio Boteo Rios. Ladies and gentlemen, you should try checking out his videos and subscribe to Aquí Rogelio, Archivos Aquí Rogelio. There's so much material that his son is putting on because he passed away. He went in to get some surgery and he didn't make it out. Oh, wow. And it was like an outpatient thing and something happened and he passed away. But his son has all the footage from all his history since the 70s. Oh. So when I saw this, and I'm subscribed, so every time he uploads something, I find out. Oh, yeah. And when I saw this one, it said Potente, Linda Morenita con entrevista la chica, but I gotta check this out. And this was a while back. It was released a while back, this video.
This has been it's been there for a while, yeah.
So then when I heard from Anthony, or actually somebody asked me, I think Gavino. Yeah, he's from Corpus, ¿verdad?
Because he is the one, él es el que lanza las canciones,
he helps
las canciones de nosotros para las estaciones de radio.
Simón.
En la dije, ¿sabes qué? Yo quisiera salir en el show de PBT, de Rock and Roll James. Said, a ver si te puedes poner en contacto con él. Dices, no, pues sí, me puse en contacto con él, pero dijo que quiere que le hables tú. I said, okay.
Watch out.
What did Rock say?
Holy moly.
Oye, me duele la espalda a mí, carnal. No se jale.
Hey,
Mira.
Anthony, did you guys have to do Kegel exercises for all this?
Hey, but I got a story. But you know what? My brother had to be like 15 years old. We were playing at a bar in Nixon, and dude, this dude, see, he fell down. He like did that lay down.
I didn't
there.
fall down. I intentionally went down.
No, he went down. He didn't get up.
I just couldn't get up.
He didn't get up. We had to go. We had to finish the song to pick him up.
Ajá.
Pa que veas, and that's because he was a kid.
Yeah.
Si te pega el calambre, ¿qué le vas a hacer? Me quedé ahí acostado tocando.
Estás bien dehydrated o algo, pero no te levantas.
Pero que no pare la música, esto es lo más importante.
That's right.
Sigue tocando.
That's right.
Hey, how did you tear your ACL? Well, I was in the band Potente. You know, went downhill.
It was deadly. Couldn't play in that band, man.
Yeah, man. Wow. Yeah. So then Gavino messaged me on social media, and I was like, hell yeah, dude. And so give me your number, and then we got in contact with Anthony. And pues right away, dude, hey, let me give you a date. Let's do it. And man, I'm glad you guys are here today, man. I'm glad to see you guys.
I appreciate it, man. Rock, thank you for giving us the opportunity to come on your show. It's special. That's why I call this the Potente Triangle. Me, my brother, and Johnny.
The originals?
That's
no
right.
más falta, Rosas, ¿verdad? Pero, I mean, Rosales, but he's gone on to another band. But who's playing bass with you now? Do you guys have a bass player?
Daniel Sanchez, he has a Grupo Pecado, and I help him on the bajo when he performs, and when we perform, he plays the bass. He's the one who does our videos. So we're lucky to have him because he's a very passionate, committed guy, and that's what we needed, so that we could. We've been flirting around here and there trying to get back into the onda, but nos faltaba el bassista. And now he's committed, and he's passionate like us, and we're happy to have him. And now you're starting to hear the songs, the singles come out, and the videos. So, and he's the one who does them.
Yeah,
that's his music, baby.
Sí. So when you all had released this Linda Morenita, that was, you said, your third CD or something like that? Or it was like you had already released them. So when did you guys start? Your parents are involved in music, or how did you guys get into it in Carson City?
No, fíjate que when we were growing up, man, my dad was a drummer and he played with his nephews. Tenían un grupo, se llaman Los Pajaritos del Sur. Y and some of their music is on YouTube as well, y en ese entonces se grababan los 45s, and they had a couple of cassettes and stuff.
Yeah.
Pero he played the drums. Todos los nephews tocaban acordeón, bajo, bass. And my mom, on her side of the family, todos son músicos. Todos saben tocar, ¿verdad? No tocan profesionalmente, pero saben tocar instrumentos.
Simón.
And my grandfather was a saying writer, played a saxophone and violin and all kinds of instruments. And y pues estaba en la sangre, ¿verdad? So it was just a matter of time before we really got into it. Y pues we grew up around the music, so.
¿Tú levantaste el acordeón?
No, fíjate que, mira, déjame decirte, so at about age, man, I must have been about 7 years old. I think he was about 10. And my dad bought us an accordion. He said, no, para que aprendan a tocar, ¿verdad? Y no, pues, we didn't want to play, no, we didn't have any interest in playing music, man. We said, no queremos so. So la vendió. Y no, about three years later, pues, hey, ¿sabes qué, Dad? Quiero tocar el acordeón. No, hombre, ya te compré una y me la aventaste ahí y no te voy a comprar nada. But I'm not going to invest in you because you already told me no. Y pues, I guess, he talked about it with my mom or whatever. And he said, ¿sabes qué? Le voy a comprar un acordeón. Un little cheap Horner, $50 or whatever, $100. Sí. Y en esa, my mom taught me my first song, bro. Sí. My mom was the one that kind of got me going. She said, look, hey, man, check it out. She said, check it out. If I can do it, look, here's what you do. Le tocas aquí están los botones. Las simple melodies, 1 button, 2 buttons, harmonizations, nothing fancy, ¿verdad? Pero con eso me da como un empeño para tocar el acordeón, ¿verdad? Eso it drew my interest, and I was like, okay, well, let's get going, ¿verdad? Y luego, pues, empezó a tocar el bajo. Él cantaba. He's always been a better singer than me.
Even if I hadn't reached puberty, man. I could still stay on too. Hey, but Rock, I got a story about him. He talks about.
Carnal, Edwin Mireles todavía no. I mean, Chato, el de los chamacos. Ese vato todavía no hace reach puberty tampoco, carnal. No soy la voz de él.
When he talks, yes, I have. When he talks about the 1 button, I remember I want to tell you a story, man. It's a good story, man. When he used to start, he would play a lot of relámpagos, right? And he would play Por el amor de Medellín, and I look at him like, hey, vato, what are you doing, man? That ain't right. No, I mean, it's just like Ramon Ayala. I said, one of these days you're going to learn, bro. It ain't just like Ramon Ayala. And then a couple years later, I said, what did I tell you?
Hey, aquí en mi mente, it was just like Ramon Ayala, güey. No salía así,
wasn't, bro.
Aquí, it was like, it sounds just like Ramon. No, hombre, güey.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Yeah. No, but it was the seed, man. That was planted,
that's
bro.
what started it all, man. That's what started our guys going, man.
I meant to say Edward Ordonez. I said Edward
Yeah,
Migueles is an old friend of mine.
Chato.
Yeah, Chato. Because he always had the little child voice, right, with the chamacos.
He made it work.
Yeah, I remember. So you were like 10 years old then,
yeah.
And you hadn't picked up any instrument yet, and
My dad made it at the exact same time. And basically, you know what? There was like, that's what's funny because a lot of muchos músicos cuando empiezan, when they're young age, teenagers or whatever, they learn to play the instrument and then they make a band. We weren't like that. So you know what? Tú vas a tocar el acordeón, yo voy a tocar el bajo. Well, down the street there's a guy who plays bass, so let's make a band. We don't know how to play. Okay?
Nobody know how to play the instrument.
We don't know how to play. So, so that's weird. How do you make a band if you don't know how to play the instruments? You know what I mean? So, pues ahí empezamos, poco a poco. And, like I said, he thought he could play that Ramon Ayala. Obviously, he couldn't. But over the years, he became pretty good. He became pretty good. But then you run into my friend Ali, good friend, saludos para mi compa Ali. He bought in a cassette. In those days, it was cassette. And he says, ¿sabes qué? Y'all need to play like these guys. Salta el complejo.
Playing with fire.
Playing with fire, baby. So it's play, rewind. No, hombre.
Gastamos ese cassette de los dos lados, bro.
You know, it's crazy because Jaime y los chamacos, they had ¿Qué le vas a dar? They had all that really fast progressive changes. It was like heavy metal conjunto, dude.
Eruption.
You know, with Manuel on drums and shit, doing the doubles and the triplets and all that shit. And then, but it really didn't it didn't get noticed till complejo, right? Till un complejo.
Right. And actually, if you listen to their ¿Qué le vas a dar? And their Mi Muñequita, those were real good. They started to lose a lot of that heavy sound by the time they got to the complejo.
It got a little more mainstream.
Exactly, and that's why I think that one blew up. And then complejo, and I didn't know, I don't know the history. My dad says, no, esa canción la grabó Los Cachorros.
Yeah, it's an old tune.
It's a Cachorros, yeah.
But
later on I found that out.
Jaime de Anda just
awesome.
he made it his, you know.
I love
Eli Juan P, Manuel, and
big time.
Yeah, dude, it was an amazing time and era for that kind of music. And I remember, they had like popurris. These guys, they do a whole album side was like one a popurri of songs, just back after another with changes. I was like, where are these guys coming from? I remember seeing them for the first time in 1990. Maybe I was working at a little radio station, and they told me to go do a remote there at La Villa Real, and it was Los Chamacos. I'd never seen them, And I was just standing in front because Manuel was on the side of the stage. He wasn't behind the band.
Yeah.
He was like the guy from Striper, sideways.
On the side.
I was in front of him, and I was like, that fucker never stopped, bro.
Never stopped.
I was in a heavy metal, so I was impressed, dude. You know what I mean? Le quité el drumstick a la chingada. I was like, hey, pásame el drumstick, and I need that drumstick, bro, man. That's incredible what you did. I had never seen that done with the music. And then when I saw you guys come out, you could tell the influence, right?
Definitely.
That was the guys that you really emulated, man.
Definitely, man.
Well, it was the way to get conocencia. Now I'm going to tell you something. While it did lead to us, people recognizing the group, the one thing that it did is it caps you, because the reason why I say that is they're the originals. You know what I mean? And you're just a copy of them. Now, of course, you can reach a level of success, but there's always going to be they're the originals. You know what I mean? And now today we still do. If you watch some of our shows, we still do a few of those things, but I do my own little type of thing.
You evolve.
Exactly. Yeah. We evolve. The music is still similar as far as the style. You're always going to have that connection because of that. But we sing different. I hit almost puberty, man. Almost. But I'm closer. Maybe before I get to 60, I'll reach it. I don't know.
One chest hair.
Yeah.
No, I have a couple more than that.
Yeah. No, man, and it's pretty interesting, and then, like you said, you evolve. And so when you released this, and this video we saw was like 96, how much did you all keep going? Have you all stopped? Did you all stop? Or because I remember not hearing from you guys for a while, dude.
So, cuando empezamos todo esto con Freddy, it was in 95.
Sí.
We recorded our first album, que fue Unleashed, and then we recorded Lito, and this was Querían Más, the third album, and then we recorded Siempre a Mí after that, which was 96 also, or maybe 97.
96.
And then we did Vuelve Gaviota, and that's when we kind of changed, well, between Siempre a Mí and Vuelve Gaviota, kind of started using cowboy hats, un poquito más como atejanado, ¿verdad?
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
getting away from that image. The music was still the same, you know what I mean? Pero el imagen era un poquito diferente. We were going a little more regional mexicano.
Yeah.
Y
And you were getting older, you know, you were getting older, and you know.
We were. And, pero sí bailábamos y todo eso, pero pues it's kind of hard to do. You're restricted with the cowboy hat and all that.
Sí.
And the tight jeans. Pues, ¿cómo te vas a aventar al piso así con los
I
tight
still
jeans?
did.
Te pega una hernia.
Those tight
Te van a
white pants.
romper.
The tight white pants, I'd fall down anyway. I didn't care.
Pero en total, ahí con Freddy grabamos, parece que eran 8 discos.
Sí.
All the way into 2003 was our last production with
Okay.
Freddy. There was a period from like 98 to 2000 where we didn't really do anything. And the guys kind of did their own thing. And yo me separé, I got married, I had a couple of kids. Y pues, I wasn't really interested in the music. I was more interested in raising my family at that time. In 2003, we entered the studio, Anthony and I, and we did another production. Put out another CD there with Freddy que se llama Me da de rever la vida. And then after that, we kind of just disappeared, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, got away from the music
all
altogether,
these
man.
albums from Freddie are obviously on streaming services, right?
Yeah, they're
so
all
people
on
can go
Spotify,
and search them and listen to the old
Apple
school
Music,
shit. Yeah.
Spotify, YouTube.
Yeah,
they're all
yeah,
there.
man. Yeah.
Sure are.
And so then you all split apart. You went your way. What did you do, Anthony?
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, I wanted to continue. I've always wanted to perform and play, but well, obviously without him performing, it's like, well, honestly, when he talks about the 98 to 2001, that gap that we did, we lost little steam. When you lose little steam and you want to try to start it up again, no puedes empezar de donde estabas. Tienes que empezar de nuevo.
Oh, you had that norteño light coming in, and that was like dominant around that time, man. You know, intenso and
Duelo.
costumbre, duelo, and
all those
intocable.
And it's funny
but
because-
Conjunto's always been there. It's never left, and it's been pretty consistent.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of other types of music come and go, and Conjunto's still there, you know, right?
Nunca muere, bro.
But the sound, this is what I on one of our shows, because we have a show, GRUPO Potente, and I talked about it. One of the things that I don't regret a lot. I always tell this to everybody: if you're happy where you're at, you know, you change anything in the past, you won't be the person you are. Things the same way. But if there's one thing that I say that I do regret, it's changing the image, because like Johnny and I have referenced before, when he was playing, you know, we had a sound, and it was very similar to Chamacos, but it was our sound, and people liked it. But for reasons, the Freddy Records are like my family, the Martinez family. I love them to death. But they were pushing us to. We had the Tiranos del Norte that were coming up. They were, I mean, they were big. They wanted another Tiranos del Norte. We fit that bill. We were young. We could play that style of music real well. Unfortunately, that was an industry that's even harder to get into. So while yes, if you hit pegas en grande, but we already had a sound developed. And we could have continued playing like that. But when we swapped, then you lost a part of the fan base.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when everything kind of just like...
Yeah, I guess you have to evolve in a way where you add fans instead of losing fans to gain new fans.
That's
Right?
It's a gamble. It's a gamble.
It's crazy, and it's a fine line you gotta, you gotta walk if you want to do that, man.
That's correct.
Yeah, maybe stay true to your roots, but do a couple of songs that are a little different
Andale.
instead of an entire album,
You
right?
have to
And
make
the
that
image
change. You have to make that change so gradual that people don't realize you're changing.
Yeah.
And by the time they know it 3 albums later, you're completely different, and they're still listening to you, and they still love you.
Yeah.
And they don't
And they
realize
accept
that you,
those 2 songs.
Exactly, man. It's just how you have to do it, man.
That's crazy,
It
right?
is crazy, man.
It's true, but
crazy.
we try to do it de la noche a la mañana. I mean, from an image very similar to the way we dress now to all the next thing with camisas rancheras, botas y
It was
sombrero.
like starting from the bottom up all over again.
Exactly,
Wow.
and that like he said, you have to do that gradually. Intocables done that over the years. They reinvent themselves themselves.
Uh-huh.
And Intocable is Intocable. And it's okay because, like he said, they did. If you listen to their first few CDs to what they, I mean, it ain't even Intocable.
No, yeah.
But it is Intocable
evolves,
because Duelo's same thing. You listen to what they first started with to where they are right now. They've changed. Solido has too, but it's
But the image is there.
But the image is the same, and they
And the
did
brand.
it gradually over a longer period of time. And it's what you call it a while ago, evolving.
Yeah. You evolve, but you have to evolve subtly.
Yes, exactly.
You can't just throw a big old wrench into it and change it
Hombre,
up.
asustas a toda la gente, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think.
And that's why we just disappeared. And like I said, honestly, I did when he didn't want to play. I stopped playing, and I said, you know what? I sold all my instruments. The politics it got me.
Sí.
Like, really, the
¿Te
politics.
agüitaste con ese jale, Esteban? También por eso te saliste,
bro,
¿o qué?
I'm not a fan of the politics. I stay away from that, man.
Yeah.
Yo toco ahora, como le digo, he hit me up in 2019. He said, man, you're interested in playing again? I said, my kids are older. One's already graduated. As a matter of fact, my son just graduated basic military
Órale.
training, man. He's
Wow,
doing,
man. That's awesome, bro.
The United States Space Force. I love you, baby.
Space Force, dude.
yeah,
Órale.
United States Space Force, man.
I need a
So-
shirt, man.
It's not going to fit you, brother. I got my size. But
That's awesome, dude.
So he's
But
an auto.
yeah.
Are you saying he's an Autobot?
That's,
He's an Autobot.
we're just waiting to tell him to transform, and hopefully that's just.
I already have all the T-shirts for him, man.
That's awesome, dude.
So yeah, man. Pues my kids,
Congratulations,
thank you so
Esteban.
much, and I appreciate that, man. I'm very proud.
Tu chavalo
Very
también.
proud.
Thank
And then
you
my
so
daughter,
much.
daughter's about to graduate college too. So my
Sí.
kids are you know.
So es lo que
on the way,
pasa,
so-
por mientras los chavalos están creciendo y ahí nomás crecen y se hacen sus vidas y pues vamos a tocar otra
Pues
vez.
sí, ok, aquí está la oportunidad de tocar otra vez, ¿verdad? I got some free time on my hands, the kids are out of the house, like, you know, ¿qué más
And
hace
you're
uno,
driving
verdad?
your wife crazy, you know, so she wants you to, okay, ¿por qué no vas a tocar con tu hermano?
Sí, vete ya.
Yeah.
So empezamos de nuevo, and I told him, yeah, but this time yo lo hago por el gusto, bro. I don't want to do anything with bookings, y que
Yeah.
radio DJs, y que no offense, man. No radio DJs.
Me la tiró.
¿Qué pasó? Chaz,
que
defend me.
Asústame one time.
Que program directors,
Oye,
que
pues,
record, no, hombre,
pero
no quiero
pues ya
nada con
ni
eso, bro.
hay estaciones.
No, fíjate que no, pues like
Ya
the
no
game
hay,
has changed.
carnal.
I've been out of the game so long, I didn't even realize the game had changed. Bro.
Por eso
And then he's
tengo
all
este
like,
programa
he's all like,
para
no,
poder
hombre, es que-
poner las rolas de ustedes, carnal.
I
y
said, bro, it's
bring 'em
internet
on.
radio, and I'm like, oh, I don't know anything about that onda, ¿verdad? Pero
Sí.
this is, I'm out of the
Pues,
game for
you
so
know,
long.
Ahora streaming is
Yeah,
YouTube.
man.
YouTube it's eating everybody's
yeah,
lunch,
man.
you know.
Ya sé, bro.
Facebook, you know, and
But there's
TikTok.
I always
They empezaron con el
refer
TikTok,
to this,
yeah.
and what do you call it? In a lot of my other interviews, I always say this: there's pros and cons to this. I mean, I miss like here it's good because I get to come and sit with you, shake your hand. And
Simón.
but most of this, I do the interviews. They're restream or something like that over
Or
the
there's
phone.
Zoom.
Zoom or
I
something
don't like
that.
Zoom, man. I like the, you know, I mean,
Yes.
ask Chaz.
Face-to-face.
We're old school. We
Yes.
want that organic feeling of
Yeah,
being all
man.
together, you know,
Yeah.
If
and feeling each other's energy. ¿Entiendes la onda?
Sí,
The
sí.
radio stations going to, you remember when you would do a
yeah.
promotion of Freddy Records to send the bands to the valley. Boom, you
Simón.
do the 99.5 and all the stations. That was different. And yes, it wasn't as long of interviews like a podcast setting, but you could saludabas, you get to meet people and
Sí.
talk. It's not like that. Everything's on the screen. I'm like, man,
Sí.
I don't want to look at you on screen. I want to be able to say, hey, like, yeah, I'm sitting here right now. What's up, man? Rock, how you doing? It's good. See you. How y'all doing, man? You know what I mean? It's different.
That
And-
human element, right?
That's right.
Of you know, of speaking with each other, sitting down. You see people eating at a table. They're all on their phones, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
With their
absolutely
and then
right.
they got their iPods on, you know, and
Nobody hears
you
anybody.
you ask them something and they don't even hear you, bro. You know what I mean? They're
Terrible.
somewhere else, dude.
Yeah,
It's
man.
crazy, yeah, man. And but when you guys got out in 2003 and started, you know, that was todavía no empezaba todo este pedo, carnal.
No,
No.
Por eso te digo que andaba bien perdido when I came
Yeah.
back. Like, hey, I'm used to, you know, the
Well, not
old
just
ways.
that, it was difficult to get him because when he got out for so long, and I called him to let's play. You know what I mean? Let's do this because you know let's do it again. You know, the kids grew up. Let's go. And his confidence was in a bad spot. I tell people, I said, you don't understand. Now you see him perform now. It's a cue that we remember when you get on stage. I mean, but in 2019, 2020, I was like looking at him, bro, what's wrong with you, man?
No,
You can play, but I could see it in his face. Nah, man,
He was insecure.
Exactly.
No, había tocados.
Yeah.
Probably the last time that I had really played, like really picked up the accordion on a regular basis, maybe 2007.
Me hubieras hablado, carnal.
You were gonna give him his confidence or what?
Oh, yeah, I would have sent him to Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. If you're feeling insecure, you can't finish the job. Mira, call 956-441-2188. Could be hormone replacement therapy. A lo mejor tienes el testosterone bien abajito, Esteban.
Pero ya no.
Ya no.
Pero ya no.
Ah, no.
Con Natural Remedies ya se me compuso todo el pedo.
Carnal,
¿no?
si te mando para Dr. T's, vas a comenzar a aventarte de rodillas otra vez, carnal. Sí, fácil. Mira como salgo de ahí. Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Y mira cómo te vas a ver. You're gonna feel like this guy walking to the gig, bro. Walking on stage, bro. Mira, así vas a estar. You're gonna feel like that walking into... Así te vas a sentir, Esteban, walking on stage, carnal.
Sí, pero
fácil.
Las correas del acordeón no van a caber ahí.
Te compramos unas straps más grandes,
You're
carnal.
gonna need seatbelts, bro.
Pedo, carnal. Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, ladies and gentlemen. You give them a call, and it's 956-441-2188. Dr. T's PrimaryCare.com. Asústame one time. Está buena esa. La preparé perfect, papá.
I said, man, that was a smooth transition.
No, man. Hey, y'all talked about that before, right?
Yeah.
Y'all talked about that before?
No. Hey, right? Nothing. It's scripted to a
No.
point.
I almost thought that maybe when I went to go get the Red Bull or something, you and Esteban, what do you call it, kind of set this up.
No.
That was smooth, bro.
Yeah, hey, dude. Hey, Chaz, tell him I've been in this business 40 years, bro. Come on, bro.
I can tell.
He's got it all planned out.
Yeah.
Before you guys walked in, he already written down Esteban, the human totem pole.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also want to thank Rhodey's Country Fried Chicken in Eagle Pass, Texas. Old-fashioned country cooking since 1985. He's got 40 years in the business. Look at that. Unos chicken tenders brutos. Los gizzards, papá. Mira los gizzards, papá. Sústame one time. Los chicken tenders are the biggest in the business, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have some mouth-watering fried chicken, that biscuit and those fries, and then that special roti sauce.
And the gizzards?
It's just absolutely amazing. You got to stop. The best fried chicken and gizzards in Texas. Eagle Pass's very own Rhodey's Country Fried Chicken. Órale. Also want to thank Chorizo de H&H Chorizo. These guys have been around since the 40s, and then they took a little break, came back. Premium Mexican sausage, 100% pork, no te salta del sartén, and you can make some really cool barbecues. If you have the pit on, you can put a little sartenito there, y pues ahí le echas el chorizo de HH, mix it up a little bit, and you see how it wasn't spitting any type of oil or anything. You put some cheese in there, some sausages, some fajitas.
That looks so good.
Hombre, I'm Benavides, it's gonna smell for miles, papá. Sústame. Mira nomás, si te haces un taquito de todo, una botanita ahí entre medio de la tortilla de maíz. Chorizo de HH, available at every HEB in the 956. Make sure to follow them on social media también. Also want to thank the two-tier custom portable grill by Solid Ironworks in Rio Grande City. Now, ustedes que viven, you're in Benavides, right?
Yes.
Y Esteban, where you at?
I'm in Pearsall right now.
Pearsall. Bro, hay venado, ¿verdad, para allá?
Sí.
Hay venado, hay marranito y todo el pedo, ¿verdad?
I hit most of them with my car, but
See,
yeah.
This is
well,
true.
next time you hit one with your car, take it home and order one of these grills.
Stop, bro.
Look,
Ya
mira,
está.
pon el grill, el picture del grill ese, babe, pueden poner el marranito. Mira, pones el marranito
I've
ahí.
seen that, man.
Y ahí le pones las brasas
I've
ahí.
seen that one, yeah.
And ahí te cocineas y nomás con una tortita que calientes en el grill y agarras la tortilla en tu mano and then you just rub the meat off of the marranito or off the chivito or something, babe. No, hombre, cállate la boca, shut up. It's one of the best-selling pits that Solid Ironworks has in Rio Grande City. Y si tienen rancho allá, they can make you your special name, and you call it a personalized fence. And but like the Gonzalez brothers, you know, they put that thing together. They put your name on it. They put your brand, that you put on your, it's like the brands you put on cows and on animals, ¿verdad? To make sure that everybody knows what ranch they belong to. And then you start the fence there,
Wow, that's nice.
It looks amazing. Estos vatos, they can do anything, man. They're just incredible iron workers. It's Freddy Guajardo, 956-573-2398. Solid Ironworks at Facebook, Solid Ironworks Instagram, custom grills for Weber kettle, custom signs, custom panels for doors and gates. All right?
That's impressive, man.
Anthony, they were the inspiration for Stark Industries.
Oh, okay, that's where it started.
Iron Man, ¿verdad? Okay, all right. I'm not into this too. I mean, I'm not too educated on the sci-fi.
But you knew Iron Man, though, right?
Oh yeah, but Stark. Because I had comic books when I was a kid. I still do. I have a whole bunch of them. Yeah. But did you go to Comic-Con this past weekend?
I sure did.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
On the way to Comic-Con, I checked my car real quick, and there was a PVT fan. I want to give a big shout out to Samuel Martinez. He was like, "Hey man, you're from PVT?" I go, "Yeah." Hey, tell Rock I watch all the time, and he says he's a big fan and he's a mobile mechanic, and so he goes, "Hey, give me a shot." I go, "Okay, yeah, man." So we took a picture. So that was my first picture.
Did you get his number?
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay, because it's always good to know a mobile mechanic.
Yeah, no.
Ain't that
Cuando se te quiebre el voz.
Another 26,000 for Rock.
No, me cállate la boca, shut up, bro.
And so after that, then I went to Comic-Con and I met, we were talking about the song Juliet. I met another Juliet. Her name was Juliet Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
And there she is.
Oh, yeah. Wow, dude. She was there.
She was in Cape Fear. She was in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, she was a daughter, yeah.
National Lampoon.
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
Uh-huh.
And Rock, you know who her dad is, right?
Lewis, Daniel Day-Lewis?
Jeffrey Lewis.
Jeffrey. Oh, the comedian?
No. Jeffrey Lewis from Every Which Way But Loose.
Oh, yeah.
He was the brother of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, of
Philo Bell.
Okay, yes.
That's her dad.
Well, she does look a little like him.
Her dad was also in High Plains Drifter.
Yeah.
When Clint Eastwood was that spirit.
He did all the Clint Eastwood movies.
Yeah, he did
He's a Western movie guy.
He did like 7 Clint Eastwood movies.
Yeah, how was she? Was she cool?
She was very nice.
Yeah?
She was very cool.
Did you get her number?
She's a mobile mechanic as well. I can't say what she works on, but there's some lubrication involved.
How old is she?
We were born in the same year.
Oh, see?
So she's 52.
It was meant to be, Chess.
It was meant to be, yeah.
Puro destino.
Yeah.
So then, after Juliet, I walked on down, and I met the MC Club, the Mayan MCs. And they were all there. And
is it this one?
It's that's the one.
Oh, Rivera?
Emilio Rivera was there, who was also in Sons of Anarchy, and the gentleman next to Emilio was in Sons of Anarchy as well.
The whole gang was here.
Yeah, and they were really, really cool. And there at the end, Rock, Henry. Mm-hmm. Henry, we call him Gandhi.
Yeah. I don't think he likes that anymore. Back when he was thinner, he liked it. He was okay with it, but
now I
don't call him that anymore.
He's a bloated Gandhi.
Yeah, but still. Well, he's Henry. He's the one that's involved with the Cine Sol thing, right?
The Cine Sol Film Festival.
The film festival,
and he knew Emilio even before the Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. Because Emilio had come down for the Cine Sol as an MC and as a host and all that. Mm-hmm. And Rock, I don't know if you want to play the Star Trek theme. That is your prerogative, of course.
The original one?
Sure, what the hell.
Okay.
So then, after I met the Mayans, walked on down the hall.
Oh, that's not it.
And
is it this one? No, wait a second. This is beyond. Oh, is it this one?
Oh, my word.
There you go.
There we go.
Captain's log starting 8.492. While traveling through the 956 system, I ran into 2 Homo sapiens.
And Uranus. And
I had to show them my James T. Kirk impression. So, Rally,
Hey, that's great. Oh, yeah. That's Jonathan Frakes.
Jonathan Frakes from Star Trek The Next Generation.
That's cool, man.
And on the other side is the guy who played Data.
Brent Spiner,
The Brent Spiner.
Yeah.
You look like you're having an orgasm or something.
Well, it's because I was getting a pedicure.
Eyes were rolling back.
Yeah. So I met them and I said, "Hey, you guys are awesome, but I have to do my impression of Captain Kirk," and that's me holding a communicator, talking to the Enterprise, and they were really nice. They were very cool guys. And that was your 2025 South Texas Comic Con wrap up.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Asústame one time.
perfect, guys.
Yeah.
Bro, that's cool,
So,
man.
and by the way, Esteban and Anthony, this wasn't scripted either, bro. Huh? So-
I can tell that. He just kind of brought that out.
went-
Well, you had to go look for the song,
he
so I knew that it wasn't scripted.
you know what? I'm 2 for 2 tonight, bro.
Yeah.
You're on a roll, dog.
Hey, one more, man. He hit the
Es
triple.
el pinche energy, carnal.
That's what we were
it
talking
is.
about
Es el pinche
earlier, man.
energy, carnal.
It's the energy that you see on Linda Morenita when we feel the ground. That's the energy. That's the kind of
La
energy,
misma
bro.
energía.
So, I've got a couple of songs. Besos Bonitos o No Me Culpes 25. ¿A cuál ponemos?
Besos bonitos.
Tengo Hombre Muerto también.
But is it the newer version or the older version?
I don't know. I just got them off of the... You want me to put a little clip? Because I want to play a
No,
whole song.
we'll do Besos Bonitos.
Okay, let's do Besos Bonitos. Grupo Potente. Besos Bonitos.
Si no te hubiera dado un beso, jamás sabrías de mi amor. Pero hoy que ya te he besado, ahora comprendes que no vives sin mi amor. Y siento orgullo que me hayas dicho que fue el primero que te besó. Pues esa dicha es la más grande que tú me has dado, princesita de mi amor. Besos bonitos, los que nos damos con mucho amor. Entre caricias y cariñitos me llegan dentro del corazón. Si no te hubiera dado un beso, jamás sabrías de mi amor. Pero hoy que ya te he besado, ahora comprendes que no vives sin mi amor. Y siento orgullo que me hayas dicho que fue el primero que te besó. Pues esa dicha es la más grande que tú me has dado, princesita de mi amor. Besos bonitos, los que nos damos con mucho amor. Entre caricias y cariñitos me llegan dentro del corazón.
Hoy. All right. Yeah.
Hey, Esteban, when you do those changes, man, it start, stop, Man, it sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you,
man.
brother.
Qué
Appreciate
Nice.
that, man.
Very impressive.
You see, the confidence is back, man. Not 2019 anymore, bro.
It only took 5 years.
Hey, better late than never, brother.
That's right.
Oh man, how does it feel to be going at it again, guys? I mean,
Before we go on that, I want to send a shout out to a guy we record with, Midway Studio, Roland Saavedra. He used to be a roadie. He has his own recording studio. He's the one who's recording these songs, all of our songs. So
where's he at? What's
in McQueenie?
McQueenie?
McQueenie is Rolando Saavedra, Midway Studio. So I want to
Where's McQueenie, Texas?
Over by New Braunfels.
By Seguin? Okay.
Yeah. Hey, there's a Buc-ee's right there. That's why I like going to record over there.
yeah.
I've done 10 minutes, bro. New Braunfels, love
The
Buc-ee's.
Sale Caro recording trip.
I'm writing that location down.
No, but it's great. It feels good. Like I said, honestly, to have Johnny and my
The
brother
originals?
here, the originals, it's like the Potente Triangle is what I call it. It feels good. When I told Johnny to come back into the band, I told him, I said, let's finish the ride. That's what we titled it. And so we're going to have fun. I don't care if people like it. They don't like it. They don't like what we're doing. They don't like the way I dress. If you watch some of the videos, I do some choreography, some of the stuff, the old Michael Jackson moves. I don't care. That's what I like. That's what I do. And if somebody likes it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But like I said, well, I mean, I like wearing some of his. I wear occasionally the red Thriller jacket, the red and black one.
Oh, nice.
I like it. I have all of his Michael Jackson jackets.
You're
and other
having
ones.
fun, bro.
But that's what it is.
That's what it's all about. I mean, if you're not
Much
having
like you
fun,
are.
it ain't no good.
You are.
right.
I see you when you're doing your stuff, man. It's just you're having a great time.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's about. And I don't.
At
care if
our
people
age,
like
we
it.
gotta have fun
That's
doing what
it,
we
man.
do.
I'm too old to be worrying about who likes it and who don't like it.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm gonna get up there and do my thing, and I'm gonna have fun. Yeah, it's like a
and
hotel.
they see you have when you have that type of feeling and attitude, it rubs off on everybody.
It's
And
infectious.
everybody ends up
It
having
is.
fun,
Very infectious,
right? Yeah, man. So we have a video. We're only gonna play a little bit of it because after this, ladies and gentlemen, you have to go to their YouTube channel and see the whole thing, man. Because we were watching a little bit of it earlier, and I was like, okay, it's like a whole production, you know. Because nowadays, the phenomenon of the COVID video music or the COVID music video phenomenon, where people started playing for virtual tips.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
during Facebook,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
on Facebook and stuff. And so then you started seeing these videos of people that were recording just them hanging out playing and it hit. I mean, a lot of people were doing that. So now everybody does that. So it's refreshing to see a video that's got some sort of concept, some sort of, storyline.
There's so much work that goes into these videos, man, and you know I'm not knocking the people who do this, play live and then flash the
Don't worry
the
about
cash app
stirring the
across.
pot.
Hey,
Don't
that's
worry
great,
about it.
man. That's great if it works for you. But man, it's so much work that goes into the actual filming of this. We were at it all day, Rob. It was a 10-hour day.
See.
And it's for a 7-minute video.
Yeah.
And you're at it for 10 hours
Yeah.
for a 7-minute video. But it's so rewarding at the end, man, when you get to see the finished product. Because we don't see anything. It goes to Daniel. They do all the editing over there. I just saw this was it this morning you sent it to me?
Yeah,
I just saw it for the first time this morning. I was half asleep. I got out of work at 6 a.m. He sent it to me about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and with one eye open, ahí lo estoy viendo, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy, man. The quality of this video is like,
it's a
this is
phenomenal
amazing,
video.
man. But Daniel and Denise, they really love what they do when it comes to the editing and the production of these videos and the directing. And hey, man, you're easy to work with because you just do what we tell you to do. I say, hey, I'm your clay. Mold me, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's refreshing to see, since most of the videos you see are plug-in and play type videos. It's refreshing to see a video with a little bit of comedy in it and some people in dress and you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a story that each one of these songs tells a story, man. You just got to pull the story out and give it a face, man. And that's all you got to do. And that's what we're doing.
Let's see a little clip of it. We're not going to play the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, because, you need to go to their YouTube channel. Why don't you put their YouTube channel link on the screen there, babe, so people can know where to go. And then when you do go, make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so every time they upload something, you get notified. Potente 1035. So the 1035 is for...
I have no, because they didn't have 2021 available,
Oh,
bro.
okay.
The rest of them was 2021. And I'm trying to put in the 2021. Oh, well, this was not available. So that one was one that said 1035.
No,
Was
es
too
que-
bad.
Oh, dale gas, carnal.
Checó el reloj, el vato.
It was 10:35 when I was making
man,
it.
it's time to go to sleep, man. Let me.
I thought it was going to be like I was 10 years old 35 years ago or something like, you know what I mean?
It was pretty close, though. That was pretty tough. Good math.
Right? How old are you now, man?
I'm going to be 49.
Okay, 49.
49?
Well,
Oh, you're
look
gonna
great,
be
bro.
50.
I'm going to be 50.
You're 49 already.
I'm 49. You're going to be
Ya se
50.
me olvidó, ya se me olvidó. Bro,
We're talking about dementia. Ya se me está pegando.
carnal, después de los 40, you forget
forget
You
everything.
lose track. Yeah, I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
42 for like
5
5
years.
years, man, right? Something like that. Yeah, so I was 42 years old for
See,
like
that's
5
why
years.
that's why I have him. He's the one who always keeps me straight, and I'm always messing up my grammar, Spanish or English. And no, hombre, si no, stand up. Don't be saying that. No le hagas la respuesta a este vato or whatever. Because I want to get in. Oh,
Yo
no.
le tengo, yo
Takes
agarro la
care of
rienda con este vato. Le
He
digo,
has
hey,
to,
whoa,
like a
no.
horse, man.
Oh, I'm going to
Serious.
tell that guy que viste lo que puso este vato. Le digo, leave it alone. Le digo,
On
nada
social
que ver,
media
bro.
or what?
Sí, güey. Le digo, no, hombre, no le hagas caso.
Es lo que
vato.
quieren, carnal.
Sí, they're
don't
puro
care.
keyboard warriors.
Quieren-
Déjalo.
sí,
déjalo.
sí.
They want
Oye,
a
carnal.
reaction. They want a reaction.
Hey, that's the good stuff, man. You know that.
I react to them, pero man, pero they laugh with my reaction. You know what I mean? I think they kind of like it. Yo les viento mosca para atrás, bro, in a subtle way, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But I engage with everybody, bro.
I know you do.
Pero los vatos que salen ahí que comienzan a echarte madres y la chingada, eso sí, no me
Yeah, that's what I
I
tell
don't
you.
respond to them
No.
because, you know, then they're going to show, hey, watch out, pinche rock se calentó
Exactly.
conmigo y que la chingada. I
You're
don't
not
care
getting-
about those people.
You're
You know?
not
This one
getting
takes
under
care
my
of me. This
skin,
one
bro.
does, because he'll know.
I'm
There's
good.
levels to me.
Yeah.
He knows I mean, he's the one that takes care of me. He knows. Watch out. Okay, no, he's okay at that level.
Yeah.
Level 3, level 4. Oh, we're level 7, 8, 9.
I
We need to
watch-
bring him down.
I watch the responses and reply, and I'm like, okay, that one's all right. Okay, ya te pasaste en esa, bro. Hey, quita esa, bro, porque esa ya no.
Como el pedo que hubo con Joey Jams, ¿no? Y el Aaron Holler.
We were talking about that the other day.
Bro, that shit, you know, sometimes you can create something like that just to create traffic and people
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
and
man.
people and
Yeah.
people engage and stuff like that. And you know, a lot of people who didn't know who Aaron Holler is knows
who
who
he
Aaron
is.
Holler
That's
is
right.
now.
That's exactly right,
And
man.
a lot of people who know Joey Jams and didn't know Joey Jams know Joey Jams. It's all because we can never have that mentality that everybody knows us already. No,
yeah.
this is a big world in the internet.
That's right.
It's not like records and radio anymore.
nope.
You know that only the people that are specifically playing you in a certain market know who you are.
Y te imaginas, dice, well, no, I got 100,000 followers. Yeah, but there's 7 billion people in the world.
Yeah, dude.
That's nothing. That's a
and
crumb. That's
sometimes
a speck.
I did a clip of me and Raymond Horta about the George Lopez thing and all that.
Yeah.
And I put it on my social media, and some guy said, man, organic, que la chingada, que esto, lo otro. Like, hey, bro, we've already seen this, we've already heard of this before. I said, what's this we shit, you know?
What's this?
Are you like 5 billion people or what, you know?
You're the chosen spokesperson for everyone?
And
or?
the last time that I had visited that specific story, you know, it was like 40,000 fans ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you need to kind of like remind fans that are barely joining what kind of stuff you've done before.
What I like about Anthony is that he puts them down in Transformer talk. Your particle beam would never make it to Cybertron. Take that.
Hey, no, but
He got me.
can you imagine the fear Anthony puts in somebody when he responds to their comment wearing a Transformer shirt?
No,
A la madre,
I have to
carnal.
use the Megatron one for that one.
I'm gonna
Okay.
fuck with
Yes,
this
the
guy.
Megatron
Right?
Ravage, eject.
Laser beak, eject. That's just one. We've got 3 of us now.
¿Quieres unos chingados, carnal? Con Transformer. aquí. ¿Quieres unos chingados,
Oh my
carnal?
God.
Yeah.
I love it. Get
All
out,
right. So let's watch because I want to play a little clip of it. And then I want to bring Johnny on
Yes.
too, man, para que le salude a la gente y we can find out because he's one of the okay, this is
The potente triangle.
the triangle, ¿verdad? Órale. The trifecta. The trifecta, carnal. So let's see a little bit of it, ladies and gentlemen, all together. I'm going to rest show.
So they didn't show up to the event, which cost the venue a whopping $250,000. On other news, the Conjunto Powerhouse band Potente racked up 5 VIP Music Awards at the VIP Music Awards. But that was not the highlight of the night. Our very own Jill Flowers captured the whole moment. And we're live here at the VIP Awards. We have Potente in the house. Here we have Q. So Q, how are you feeling winning 5 music awards?
We're truly blessed and honored to have won these awards. We want to thank everybody.
So, Q, how are you feeling about winning 5 music awards?
What just happened here?
Come on, babe, let's go. Is that his wife? Oh, no. That wasn't his wife. I'd rather be on the hook for $250,000 than to be caught on that hook. That's it for tonight. Join us next week for more Whispers and Rumors on Whispers, Rumors, and More. I'm your host, Ambrosia Rose. Good night.
Are you kidding me?
What? I don't even know who she is.
Are you kidding me?
I'm serious, babe. She just showed up out of nowhere. I have no idea who she is. Hey, where are you going?
I'm done.
Ahora que te vas, no sé qué hacer. Dejas a mi vida, a mi alma y mi ser. Ahora que te vas, siento dolor. Es que yo te amo con todo el corazón. Y yo no sé si te podré olvidar, ni tampoco sé si lo podré soportar. No te vayas, por favor, te lo pido con el corazón. Arrepiéntete, arrepiéntete, que sin ti la vida no va a ser.
I want to watch the rest of it, man.
Dude, it gets. There's some funny parts in there, bro. Trust me. Even farther, you got to go watch it,
Oye,
man.
pinche Academy Award winner acá. Esteban, no. I don't know who she is, babe. She just walked up to me. You were so natural there.
Because he got a lot of practice. 20 years of practice, bro.
On the road over, I told him, they say, hey, man, you did a good job. I said, no, hombre, 20 años practicando esta. 20 years.
Natural.
Gotcha.
One time. Congratulations, guys, man.
Thank you, brother.
That's awesome.
We had a great time filming that, man. That's, especially because the woman in that with the tattoos doing the workout and getting up and looking. That's actually my girlfriend. So we got together and collaborated on that. And I asked her, and at first she's like, "No, I don't want to do that." And I was like, "Come on, it'll be fun." And she goes, "I have to talk." I was like, "No, you don't have to talk." Well, initially Daniel told me, "No, there's no speaking lines. It's just acting or whatever." And okay. Y luego I told him, "Hey man, so what's the setup as far as what kind of clothing do we need, a wardrobe?" He says, "Oh yeah, let me send you what we have scripted." And I said, "Scripted?" Y luego me mandó, Lay says this, you say this, and I'm like, oh, there is speaking parts. And I said to my girl, I was like, hey, by the way, here are your lines. She said, I thought you said there was no talking. I don't want to talk. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. They told me no. Y luego llegamos ahí on the red carpet, and then he says, oh, the model will be here in a little bit. And I'm like, what do you mean? What model? He goes, oh, the one that's gonna try to like make you jealous, make her jealous and whatever. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Y luego llega the model, and I was like, and my girlfriend looks at me, and I was like, I didn't know anything about this baby. Should have seen it. Hey, what's up? No me dijeron nada.
He was in character already.
Yeah,
That's,
I don't know.
hey, Rock, that's what you call method acting.
I was immersed in the role.
Yeah.
Oh, cálmate, güey.
But we had a great time. We had a really good time.
Yeah,
man.
bueno, 'cause that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
And having a
absolutely,
good time, man.
It was.
And enjoying what you're doing and, you know, and then performing and all that good stuff. Qué bueno, carnal. That's todo.
But hell yeah.
So let's bring Johnny on, man. A ver, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some events going on while we get Johnny in. And let me see here. Let me start this up again. Friday, May 9th, okay? That's a week from Friday. It's the Citrus and Sads Comedy Show with Chingo Bling, Raymond Horta, and yours truly, Rock and Roll James. I'll be hosting. I haven't done comedy in a while, but, you know, I do it at least once a year. I go on a little tour. And so I'll be hosting, so you'll see me go up there and start the fun. But it's in a new place called Citrus Live, which was an old movie theater in Edinburgh, you know, because back in the day, every little town had a little theater. Mercedes had a real theater. I think San Benito might have had a theater as well, besides the drive-in. Mission had also a theater as well. So there's all kinds of, and then we have El Cine El Rey down here. So this one, they restored it. And
Have you seen it on the inside already?
they haven't leaked out any pictures, any video. The Thursday night, which is on the 8th, they're going to have a little
grand opening
so people can go in and see it and do all that. They're going to present it. And then on Friday night, man, we're going to kick it off. But they're going to bring acts like Mexican OT. They're going to be bringing, smaller shows. Nice. And so it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And I hope they bring down some of the shows that we go see at Aztec Theater and stuff like that, right? So get your tickets at tixplug.com, okay? tixplug.com. And then Friday, May 23rd, Memorial Weekend Comedy Extravaganza. That'll be my first headlining show of the year doing stand-up comedy. So it'll be at the Landmark Theater. And it's a free show for everybody, but there are VIP tables if you want to sit right in front of the stage so I can make fun of you. So it's tables of 8. You can call 956-227-6027, and you can get the blue tables, the red tables, or the yellow tables. They're all good seats, and I'll be on the stage, and I'll be, I'm gonna do 45 minutes, but if I'm on a roll, man, I'll keep going. You know what I mean?
Their pizza is fantastic.
Yeah,
the pizza with the jalapenos,
and they've got all kinds of all kinds of food trucks and beers. And boy, Tumbleweed's gonna be there, and you know how great he did at the Mini Kiss concert.
Oh
Chaz. Yeah.
I thought he was Steve Martin, circa 1978.
Yeah. Especially the joke about the penis and the mashed potatoes, right?
Yeah.
Oh my.
So Tumbleweed, and you know what I like. You know what I like about headlining is that I get to see all the other openers,
and then you just demolish them.
Yeah, then I go up there and I make fun of all of them, right? It's really going to be a lot of fun.
And Tumbleweed, he just keeps going.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how unresponsive.
I know, no se agüita, carnal. And you know what? That's kind of like the funny thing about it. You know, it's a comedic thing about it.
Yeah, like just F it.
Yeah, and he was reaching into the bottom of the bag, man, for anything he could because he was having to kill time. And I told Rally, man, he should have just said, you know what, put some music on. We'll be right back.
DJ.
You know what I mean? You know, do a few minutes.
We were just looking at each other. Like.
And he's talking about, and then he put his dick in the mashed potatoes, and I'm like, there's kids around and shit.
Little children.
Yeah, I'm like, they're with their parents. Hey, you're gonna see Mini Kiss, mijo.
We're gonna see Mini Kiss.
No dick in the mashed potatoes.
Any lesbians in the crowd?
Yeah. He said that right.
Yes.
I love comedy, bro. It's great.
That was funny.
And then I'm going to headline a show in Corpus Christi, Texas at the Mesquite Pizza and Pasta. Now, this is the first time I ever do comedy in Corpus Christi.
It's a good place.
The tickets are going to be, the venue holds about 50 people, dude.
What's the date on that?
It's going to be Saturday, June 14th. It's Father's Day. So you know I'm going to have plenty of child support jokes. Okay.
Are you digging your dad?
Yeah. So, but maybe my dad will come down from Corpus. From San Antonio. It's only 2 hours, right? So I was already working on my shtick with my dad, and my dad was cracking up, man. He's like, "Oh, no, and I was like, I'm getting ready for that one." So what happens? It's such a small venue that if the 8 o'clock show gets sold out, I'm gonna do another show at 10. So I might end up doing double the show.
And the acoustics there, I would imagine, are like,
dude,
as a little brick building.
Look it up. The stage, it looks like the improv. You know, the wall behind the comedian and
what's
the little stage.
What's the place called?
It's called Mesquite Pasta or Pizza and Pasta.
It's upstairs.
Yeah. So have you been there?
Yes.
It's upstairs? Mm-hmm. I've never been there, bro.
It's, as I said, I went and saw, who did I see? I was invited a couple of years ago because I don't go to comedy, right? And they invited me. It's a small, it's a nice atmosphere.
See?
Really, it's a small stage, like you said.
Yeah.
But I went and saw a show there, and it's cool because I want to say you enter the pizza place, and then you go upstairs like that, and then entras y está arriba, donde están los comedians. But it's a real cool. You could say it's right. You can sell it out pretty quickly.
I think we're gonna have.
So I was saying I want to go.
Well, the tickets aren't that expensive, right?
I'm gonna go. I'm right there down the road.
You saw the comedy skit I did with the nails when we started.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. I want to go.
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, the thing about it is, you know, I'm trilingual. So yo soy raza, man. So if you understand that kind of lingo, you know, and you're a little older, you're gonna love it because I'm gonna make fun of all of you, and I have a lot of life experiences, you know. So it'll be happening the 14th, Father's Day weekend. What a way to celebrate your dad. It's Rock and Roll James Father's Day weekend stand-up comedy show, Corpus Christi, Texas, and we'll put the link for the tickets in the bottom, okay? In the bottom there in the description of this video, okay? So you can just click on it and buy your tickets because they're going to go fast, okay?
It's a nice 2-story building.
Yeah, because there's 50 tickets, so that's 25 couples.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it, you know? So then if I do the 10 o'clock show, which probably will be kind of the same, but not the same because, you know, I change up and I think of all kinds of different stuff. I improvise a lot.
That's right.
So you might want to, if those get sold out, then we'll do another one. But make sure to go hit the ticket link in the description. Get your tickets fast because they're going to go fast. Órale. And then Saturday, July 5th, the Red, White, and Beach concert, Los Lonely Boys and my band. We get back on stage to play. Whiskey D, man. This is going to be a fantastic show. It's going to be at the Cameron County Amphitheater. You can get your tickets at tixplug.com or what's the other... It's
rgbconcerts.net.
rgbconcerts.net. You can go there and they'll have the ticket link as well. So make sure to do that, ladies and gentlemen. And 4th of July weekend, we're going to have a blast, fireworks and the whole bit, and some great music and a great show with Los Lonely Boys. Haven't seen them in a while, man. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Ellos vienen de familia de conjunto también, de San Angelo, el papá de ellos.
Wow.
And then they had that song Heaven. I don't know if you remember that song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
a good song.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure we've got Johnny here with us, man. ¿Qué pasó, Johnny?
Hey, rock and roll. ¿Cómo estás, buddy? Thank you.
You've been on the sidelines checking out the show, man, and listening to it with the guest headphones.
Dude, I've been laughing my ass off over here, dude. I just been, man, la chingadera ya come out, and I just laughing my ass off.
Asústame one time, Johnny.
Le está diciendo a Anthony, we always talk, man, y dije, hey, man, vamos a tener que hacer una canción y asústame one time. Un remix, dije.
Hey, we're in the era of collaborations, bro. Así como la de Bronco 956 que hice con los Crazy Pimps, bro. 200,000 views ya tiene casi, bro.
Hey, that's good, bro.
Yeah, dude. And so
it's catchy, bro. It's a catchy song, man.
And you know, I was like you guys. You know, like you guys wanted to do something different. I did too. I said I want this video to be, you know, acid, bro. You know what I mean? Es ácido el pinche video, güey. Está bien loco de madre.
Yeah.
But how you been, man? ¿Cómo has estado, carnal?
I'm good, bro. Gracias a Dios, man.
¿Tú vives en Benavides o vives allá en Pearsall? ¿Dónde estás tú?
No, bro. I'm from Victoria, man.
Victoria. That's right.
Victoria, bro.
Yeah. So that night that we were playing there at the stock show, you said you wanted to go, pero tenían tocada con Potente o qué?
No, I help out other
You're a
bands
gun
también.
for hire.
Yeah, and andaba, you know, I help out on drums. I love conjunto, bro.
Sí.
I love conjunto. I grew up, you know, my tios, my dad. I mean, I learned how to play drums when I was like 6 years old, bro.
Órale.
And I'm a hardcore conjunto. I love conjunto, and I help out some of my friends. And that night, I was booked. They called me. It was a last minute thing. They called me Friday. Hey man, can you help with that? And I was planning on going, man. I couldn't go.
No, but we had a blast, man.
I know.
We had never played Victoria.
Yeah, it gets good. It gets good every year, bro. It gets good, real good. And I saw videos the next day, and man, it was good.
El
man.
JR está toda madre.
Yeah.
JR Pérez, ¿verdad se llama?
Yeah,
super nice guy, man. Toda la raza ahí se portó toda madre. A lot of people came backstage because of the show, you know. Hey, we're PVT. And it's an older man, he comes and goes, I tell them, you know why I love your show? Because you talk like us. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm just me, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just me. But
you talking about JP?
No. JP
with Club 106?
I think
Yeah,
no.
Paerna?
No, this guy was an older man, con gray hair, and he looked 70, something like that, and he was dressed in a cowboy gambler hat, very nicely dressed, bien al tiro, bro, you know what I mean? But no, pues fue mucha gente, tocó Mike González esa noche también con nosotros.
Yeah, the iconic.
So that's the thing I love, is that I get to be able to play with any bands. We'll play we'll mix it up with a Tejano band, a Conjunto band, and we have fun. Y la cosa es, pues, le viento mosca a la gente en mi lingo, en mi raza talk, and then we go into like Allman Brothers, you know, or you know some Southern rock and stuff, Leonard Skinner and all that. So they're like, they freak out because, you know, le viento un pinche cámara y entre medio la rola diría, y lo metemos a pinche Midnight Rider, and like, what the hell is this? This is fucking crazy, you know?
Yeah. I was watching videos, man, y luego cuando saliste con la flag, dije,
that's the one that I like, dude. That was good. I loved it.
We've been bringing the flags out since we started with Abe in 2011, 2000. You know, because we're real supportive of the veterans and stuff like that, and our military and all that, and everybody's got friends or a family member that's a veteran, you know. So, pero no, we always make sure we recognize the military and our veterans at every show, man.
And you ought to look into they have like twice a year, man, the Warrior Weekend ahí in Victoria. Man, they have big old festivals, man, and they take them fishing, man, in Port O'Connor. They ride in on Friday afternoon, and man, they make a big deal there in Victoria, man. They have escorts. Llegan los bosses, man, full of veterans, bro, from all over. And they take them. They give them it's a weekend getaway, man, for the veterans in Port O'Connor. And all these guys that own boats, man, they go over there and they take their boats and they just. Man, they go there, take them out fishing, man.
That's amazing. I never even heard of that.
Yeah, man. You ought to look into
I wish
that.
they'd contact us, man. We'd go out there and play for them, man.
Yeah, it's called Warriors Weekend.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, and
that's great.
It's nice, man. You know, a lot of people, you know, they take that ride to Port O'Connor, man, and it's just, man, Port O'Connor's by the water, bro. There's nothing. Port O'Connor, está bien chiquito, man. It's just by the water. Pero mira, se llena, man. Everybody, they come in from all
I was in rehab with an old man from Port O'Connor, dude. Era alcohólico el cabrón. And
there's a lot of those.
Yeah, no, he was like he was so drunk he was driving over a bridge and he just saw his boat pass him, like on the road. Like, what the hell? He had to hook it up right. Lo pararon y un desmadre, and then he was drunk but he was my roommate. And pues I'm kind of like an old school dude, you know. And I had a little AM radio in my rehab room, and I would hear an AM station, man, for real. Y tocaban Glenn Campbell and shit like that, and he was like, "That's Glenn Campbell," and then I'd be standing behind him in lunch, and I'd be singing a Glenn Campbell song. That's Glenn Campbell.
I am the lineman of the county.
Yeah. No, the Gentle on My Mind, bro. That song is amazing. Yeah. So you never stopped playing then? These guys, what did you do when these guys decided to call it a day, man, in 2003?
No, I stopped myself, man.
Oh, see?
I stopped for a while, and like Anthony said, man, I just didn't have the desire to do it no more tampoco, you know. And fortunately, you know, things happen and todo, you know, but that's another story for another day. Pero, you know, I just went, you know, took off, and I just stopped playing también, man, and then I think I sat on the sidelines for 7-8 years, bro. And then a little local band came out here and there in Victoria. Grupo Poder, you know, La Familia Paerna. Shout out to them. And
Saludito.
And they gave me they were looking for a lead singer. you know, I used to sing with my dad and my tios and everything, you know, and I was like, man, I like singing también. So they're like, hey man, we're looking for a lead singer. So I said, man, I'll go try out, man. So we went, you know, I went, and they're like, man, yeah, man, you want to join the band? Yeah, so joined the band, bro, you know, and became the lead singer to the band. Man.
Orale.
Did real good, man. Went to San Antonio. We went to a competition, man, and we competed with over 100 and something bands from all over Texas, man, and we took everything, bro.
Se llevaron todo.
We took the grand prize. Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
That's great, dude.
We got a little demo. We did it with, I think it was Tejas Records in San Antonio at the time. We did a little demo there, man, you know.
¿Y tú estás cantando con do you help people when singing or?
Yeah. I'll play drums, like, you know, I play drums, you know, Potente. I do some of I'll do some lead by myself. I'll do backup with them. We all sing, bro.
It's crazy that, you know, 35 years later, you guys got back together, man. 30 years later, and then you all ended up being the same guys that were, besides Richard, you know, who was on bass back then.
Yeah.
Pero that's pretty cool, man. What happened? These guys called you out of the blue or what, man? What happened with that shit?
Yeah, man. I had seen Anthony was playing with, you know, he was playing with this one other band, and then all of a sudden I seen Esteban and everything, and you know, I was just there, man, and all of the blue. Anthony calls me, hey, man, we're thinking about, you know, we need some help on the drums with this.
Bien Joliet Blues, no? We're gonna get the band back together.
Hey, but he didn't want
Blues Brothers, no?
When I called him up, because tenía miedo, los dos tenían miedo.
Sí.
I would have been playing with this local group, La Fe, there in Benavides, Atlas, right?
A este vato también lo teníamos que mandar para Dr. T's, carnal.
Yes, bring up the sign again, bro. We need to bring it up again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. T.
He says, I call him up, hey, Johnny, man, I need a drummer, man. Are you interested? Or we're gonna bring my brother back in. So I need a drummer, because andaba rodando from drummer to drummer. They said, but I know Johnny. If he gets in, man, he's committed. And so I said, oh man, but I haven't played. I said, I know what I'm getting, bro. I know if you come and play, I know you're not gonna be the best version of yourself, but eso con el tiempo
it's like riding a bike.
Just give it. No, he came in one day, and boom. Said, you just showed up. We didn't practice nothing. Did a gig there, a little gig in Kingsville. And he's this, man. All the other guys that I had at that time were like, man, I can sing. We would do country, a little country. You haven't heard this fool do Josh Turner. My brother can sing some Josh Turner, bro. Yeah. And he's like, man, we're playing country, dude. I'm playing saca la guitarra. Empecé para las rolas.
Do you all put clips on social media of you guys playing and stuff like that?
On our YouTube channel.
Orale.
But anyway, not country. That's back in the day. But anyway, once again, we're talking about us on the way down. You know, he just needed confidence. And when he started with us and kind of shaky, then he started helping other bands. And all of a sudden, man, dude, I was, boom, okay, that's the Johnny. And then this one over here, we started playing our older tunes. I said, that's the Esteban, the cue that I know. Yeah. Now the band is back together, bro.
Come on. ¿Por qué tenías miedo, Johnny?
No, don't, porque, bro, I hadn't touched the drum set in probably 20 years, bro.
Wow. Yeah, nomás cantando.
Yeah, because when I left.
Ya se iba hecho un diva singing.
That's it,
singer, diva.
When I left Potente, man, I just like he said, I just had no interest in playing. I still, as a matter of fact, I still have my drum set that when I play with them, I still got, it's a Pearl Coliseum set, man, and I still, and I put new skins, and I'll set it up sometimes, man, but 30-year-old drum set, I still have it, man, from when I was playing with Potente, man.
That's great, dude.
Yeah, and
that's a cool story, no? Yeah. I mean, you guys getting back together like this?
The reason why I think it's such an interesting story, and it's a story that I like to tell, although I do most of the interviews, this one was a special one to have them here with me, because I'm working, so I'll do all the interviews, but this one's, rock and roll James, man, and it's live, so I'm like, okay, I want to go, y'all want to go, so okay, but it's good because I like all these guys like Potente Triangle, you know what I mean? They're the history. You'll see some bands break apart, and in a couple years they'll get back together, whatever. I mean, there was such a long gap. I mean, 17 years, something like that. And then for us, that's why it's so special to have these guys around me and doing whatever it is. I mean, whether it's recording videos or doing this or the studio. I could play the drums, but I like Johnny playing the drums because it's the camaraderie, the feel.
It's the sense of reliving your youth, man.
Yes,
También,
it is. Of course.
Yeah. No, but Johnny, thank you so much for coming by también, carnalito. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man.
Y tú también, man. I appreciate you, Anthony, and I'm glad you reached out. And thank you to Gavino for contacting me and getting us connected.
Well, no, like I said, I appreciate it because you don't understand when you're coming back. I just had this not too long ago. A guy says, I've been around for a long time. I don't know you guys and I don't remember, but a friend of mine tells me y'all are a real good band. I said, you don't remember? You were around late 90s and you don't remember Potente? I said, we were down there. He's from San Antonio, mind you. So we lived in the Market Square, man. In 96, 97, we were always in Market Square. So I'm like, dude, like you said earlier, it's surprising how people don't know and they don't it's like you gave us a chance and I appreciate it, man, big time, because it's not something that everybody's just giving us an opportunity to tell our story. And like you just said, it's a very unique story, and it should be told. And I thank you for giving us the time and the platform to say it.
Yeah, and the thing about it, a lot of people they forget because of the internet and social media and everything's going on so fast that they're bombarded with information and their attention span has just gotten so short that, sometimes like Raymond Horta was here the last week. And he said, I remember rock was the first one to get me paid, like, wow. And he talked about how I, negotiated for him to open up for Paul Rodriguez. And he was very upset because he was willing to do it for free for exposure, because back then no había social media, carnal. So,
right.
hey, you would take those gigs for free just to get exposure. You know what I mean?
Right.
Y yo le dije, no, te van a pagar, güey. I'm going to get you paid. You're a funny comedian. Y estaba chavalo. So I was like, wow. When he said that, I was like, I had already forgot about that because I just do things, for people, man. That's the way I am, I want to help people, man. If I believe in the talent, even more, even better, So, I'm glad you guys came to the show. It ain't going to be the last time either, man. It's not. It's the first, but it ain't the last, bro.
Esperamos que no, man. Trust me. Anything you need from Potente, man, we're here, brother.
Órale,
Trust me.
carnalito.
You need a band, bro. We got you because this means Sústame. No, because this is important because now, like I said, not a lot of people help us out. So when somebody helps me out, I'm indebted to you guys, man. And so don't worry, man. I got your back. You need something, Potente's there for you.
Hey, and if you want to give us Transformers shirt, that's your prerogative.
I don't know if they'll fit you because they're kind of tight on me too, bro. But hey, if I come and play, I say, well, does this fit you here? Súbale, güey.
Hey, El Chaz will put it on even if his navel is sticking out, man. He doesn't care, bro.
Hey,
I dream of Genie.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony,
I dream of.
you remember they went up on the prices, Sheen and T-Moves?
Oh, that's right, because of the tariffs.
Be careful.
I might not be able to get it so cheap now.
No me carnal, en la pulga también barata, diré, chinga, carnal. Con el Bronco 956, carnal.
El Bronco 956.
Bronco! Ladies and gentlemen, Grupo Potente, órale! Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we appreciate you supporting every single artist that comes and walks through our doors, and we appreciate you supporting us as well. Make sure you tell all your friends about the show, and once again, hit that thumbs up. You don't realize how much that helps us in growing and getting this show in front of other people's attention. You know what I mean? And of course, share on your social media, and also follow the guys, man. Potente, man. They've got a YouTube channel. Their YouTube is up already, their new video at Potente 1035. So what you saw, a clip of what you saw earlier, you can watch it again over and over and over again as many times as you want, man. They put a lot of hard work and heart and passion into it. And of course, be streaming their music on all the streaming services, Spotify, YouTube. Follow them on Instagram, potente.2021. And, if you want to hire them for your show or for your event or for your party, just give them a message. Send them a message on social media, and they'll go out there and they'll put on a hell of a show because you've got 35, 40 years of experience in the music industry and in instrumentation with these guys. Órale, saludos! You all have a good one, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.